the skipper going with the keeper, consulting with Nur Hassan there. My dear son was leading the appeal, but while refereeing for the DRS didn't look that confident.
He gave a bit of a shake with the right hand. Always front foot he checked first, and that's a fair delivery. Struck him on the back leg, but definitely looks like it struck him outside the line of that off stump, I think. Ultra Edge will confirm that there's nothing on the back, maybe something on the glove. Now that spike's from the bat hitting the ground. There is a spike. The bat is no longer on the ground. I think that will be confirmation that the ball's just brushed the glove.
Another review taken, another review lost. Particularly, Mohammad Riyad would be disappointed in particular with the first review. Seemed to have hit the middle of the bat. So, yeah, New Zealand still have both the reviews consulting with the wicketkeeper and going for it. Could have been a close call had it not hit the glove.
Tucked away into the side field. The left of the man at the wicket. 2 runs from Latham. Him and Henry Nichols ultimately have found the ability to try and stick it out in the middle. Leg side tucked away. Fielder diving away to his left. Mustafizur Rahman won't get there, and it'll trickle into the boundary for 4.
Boundary of the fine leg region. Much needed break for the Kiwis. Nicely tucked away. Played it very fine. Mustafizur just missing it. Mighty not happy at all.
Would have expected Mustafizur just get a hand on that. Saying that Tom Latham and Nichols have been the standout batters for New Zealand in terms of giving themselves an opportunity to bat a long time. To Grandam, Nichols himself, Blundell, the next 3 to come in for New Zealand. Seven overs gone, 30 for 2.
Again in our powerful hybrid. Toyota, let's go play.
As you were saying, Tino, Will Young also has got a few starts, particularly in the last 2 matches. Scored 22 of 28, second T20 international. Got a run of ball 20 in the last match. And referring back to the second T20 international, he had a good partnership with Tom Latham. Something tells me these two are favouring this pitch. And Tom Latham promoting himself up the order yet again.
Yeah, it was interesting. The other day, our fellow commentators just asked Tom Latham why he had moved down from the number 3 position where he got that career best. He played into the outfield and why fielded. And his response was because New Zealand were trying to keep the left-hand, right-hand combination going for as long as possible at the top. So in a team that I've seen struggle really with the bat for those first couple of matches, I thought that he would have wanted to come in as early as possible to bat as long as possible. This was Saifuddin in the previous match. 2 wickets and 2 balls. What helped reduce New Zealand to 62 for 5. Nicely bowled. Again, fingers down the side of the ball, pace off it. Just going back to that Tom Latham discussion. I think in T20 cricket, where the team hasn't particularly batted so well, you're the captain, you've done well the match before, you really want to be giving yourself as much time to bat in those 20 overs. Difficult pitch where you're going to take more time to get into the game and gauge how the pitch is playing. Happy to see him back up at number 3 today.
No doubt, Kiwis will be very happy with him in form coming up the order. We've seen the Bangladesh cricket team also experimenting a bit with the number 3 position as well. We've seen Shakib, we've seen Mushfiq being promoted up the order. Mehdi as well. And again, preference given to that strategy of the left and right hand batting combination.
Bangladesh have, apart from the Zimbabwean tour, an Australian tour, parts of this New Zealand tour, really struggled with that opening slot in particular. Iqbal out. Desperately looking for the correct opening pair for themselves in this format.
They played the same team for the 4th consecutive game, Bangladeshis. Sticking to the side, giving these young guns enough time on the field to prove themselves. And going back to the openers, both Naeem and Litton have had starts. 13 for Naeem and 15 for Litton in the last match. And a brilliant run a ball, 39 of 39 for Naeem in the second match, while Litton had 33 of 29. But the only sixer of the Bangladesh innings.
And Shumo Shaka, who we saw in that last frame, being the other one who's been given some opportunities in the last 8 or 10 fixtures. Fallen out of favour in the last few matches. And away into the onside. 8 overs gone. New Zealand 35 for 2.
Eight overs gone. New Zealand winning the toss and electing to bat first. 35 for 2, losing 2 quick wickets. Nasum Ahmed, brilliant bowling. 2 overs, 6 runs, 2 wickets, getting rid of the top order, the Black Caps. Shakib Hassan, 2 overs for 11 runs. Rachin Ravindra, first one to go back to the pavilion. Brilliant catch by Saifuddin. Good calling in the backward square leg region. Finn Allen to follow. Reverse whip. He got a 6 of a reverse whip against Shakib Hassan, but not lucky against Nasum Ahmed. Spinners have been doing the job for Bangladesh so far. Side edge could have been in trouble there. Tom Latham, Shakib Al Hasan. Change of ends for him.
Tom Latham. These surfaces that, as we've seen, very tough for the batsmen. Used the sweep shot to good effect throughout the series. Occasion.
Feel the spark again in our powerful hybrid. Toyota, let's go play.
Started off with the wicket maiden. With the ball in hand, the Bangladeshis. Nice big pillar in the second over. Getting back on track, the Kiwis. Nasir Ahmed back into the attack. Change of ends for him as well, but good optimism showed by Mahmudullah Riyad as the captain. Always hunting for wickets, changing the bowlers, looking for wickets, not willing to give that room to the Kiwi batsman.
He's very enterprising, not afraid to ring the changes, as you say. Wide of the man at mid-wicket. Just one. Actually, after a good start by Finn Allen in that third T20 international to the seamers, to the spinners, sorry, very quickly introduced Mr. Nazuriman, and he got the wicket of him in the third over. So that is the kind of captaincy that you would expect. Most wins for Bangladesh in T20 internationals as a captain. Most matches as a player.
Well, yeah, interesting tug of strategic wars going on here. We've seen Mahdi Hassan opening the bowling for the Bangladeshis in the past T20 internationals in this series. Perhaps the right and left-hand batting combination, yet again, having to go back to that. He had to hold back Mahdi in this particular match.
Short, somewhat quicker onto him. Yeah, and I don't know if he really has bowled as well as he can and how well we've seen him bowl in T20 cricket. Certainly not last anyway. And I think what's a positive for Mandula is these options.
New Zealand lost to
Right arm off spinner. So Mohammed with the left arm.
for 2. Remember, New Zealand lost a wicket in the very first over, which was a wicket maiden. But this partnership once again looking good between Tom Latham and Will Young. Both teams played the second T20 international on the same pitch. And in that particular second T20 international, this pair was in business. Again, they swept away, and it will be a boundary. There's been good piece of batting, not from one, but both batsmen keen to rotate the strike, and also pick up a boundary here and there. Good evening, Atul, and the 50 comes up.
Good evening, Arthur, and you're right. After 16 for 2, they have recovered, I wouldn't say spectacularly, but they're on their way. And this is the kind of approach you need on this kind of surface. They've seen what kind of pressure 130 plus score creates. You've got to be in the hunt to get to that 130. Even if you get 70 runs in 15 overs, you still have a chance to reach 150 if you've got wickets in hand. And bad balls will come to you, like we saw with that boundary. Mehdi Hasan drifting on the leg side. You have to stay in the fight. You can see that he likes to bowl to left-handers. Quite a contrast. Economy drops a lot and wickets. Look at that. Left-hand batsman 9 compared to 5.
Go on, he's taken another one right on the cue. Well spotted there. The graphics speaks for themselves, and he's now picked up another left-hander. It's a very important wicket. Just when things were looking good for New Zealand, Mehdi Hasan strikes.
Beaten all ends up, and what a satisfying way to get a player out, just enticing him to jump forward. The ball dipping on him, turning, and he has been sold on the high seas. Wonderful. Beaten all ends up. You've done everything right. You've enticed the batsman to jump forward, and Tom Latham just paying the penalty of that momentary lapse of concentration. Gone for 21, and New Zealand now 51 for 3.
Lovely piece of bowling from Mehdi Hasan. Just when we were talking about it, he bowled really well against the left-handers. He's picked up all important wicket of Tom Latham. In comes Henry Nichols. It'll be important to see how we go about with the bat, because there was a bit of a partnership in the making between Tom Latham and Will Young, but they have to start all over again. Henry Nichols on strike. He should enjoy bowling against the left-handers, because